Chuck Liddell lost to a legendary fighter named Randy Couture in 2003. A year later, Chuck Liddell goes and famously knocks out Randy Couture, and I believe that Drake is calling his next album Iceman because he famously, quote-unquote, lost to Kendrick, and now he is going to first-round knock out Kendrick in this next album.
Well over a year ago, he posted the Iceman truck and business on his Plot Twist story. That was what I thought was most interesting, where I'm like, Drake's been low-key preparing for this for a year. Welcome to the Real Oshow. I'm Zachary. Joining me as always, my partner in crime, my brother Joshua.
And on today's episode, we break down the Iceman theory with Drake and Chuck Liddell. Enjoy.
They paper getters, they want money more than they want fame shit. I swear we go so hard, we on A-list. I see my niggas prevailing. We going hard for the hand. We gonna stack that we jaded.
This is a great interview. They doing their thing.
All right, well, I have a Drake update right now. Drake's What Did I Miss is now aiming for a top 2 debut on the Billboard Hot 100, following stability on the streaming platforms from his Rollout that came out of nowhere. And then someone quotes the tweet because I thought it was funny. Said, if this word, I can't say, fucking passes MJ with no promo after being ridiculed for the past year by the masses, ...
I was about to say, to not cut you off, I was going to say the only reason why this song isn't number 1 is because the ghost of Michael Jackson is holding it at number 2. There's been a few Drake songs that have dropped that will just get held up at number 2 for no reason, and I think it's MJ. MJ coming back.
But isn't he tied, right? He's tied with MJ, right? 15?
Yeah, he's tied. So, but there has been a couple, like Nokia put him at 15, I believe.
No, it was first person shooter with J. Cole. Is what tied it.
Yeah, but Nokia was number 1. So that Nokia would have pushed over.
But I thought the first person shooter is what tied the Michael Jackson, because he literally says like something about Michael Jackson in the song, and people are like, how the fuck did this guy know this was gonna tie Michael Jackson? I'm pretty sure. I'm almost certain.
It might be.
Let's look at ChatGPT.
Yeah, let's ask ChatGPT, but because I'm pretty sure Nokia went number 1. Nokia was everywhere. There's no way. If Nokia wasn't number 1, everything is a fraud. Numbers don't matter.
The ghost of Michael Jackson might be real. It peaked at number 2.
That's so fake.
On the Billboard
Bro,
Hot
Nokia
100.
is the hottest song of the summer. There has not been a better song in 2025 than Nokia. So
and guess what? Guess who the number 1 spot was? This is how you know this shit is rigged.
What?
With Nokia. Luther by Kendrick Lamar and SZA. I legit haven't heard the song before. I legit have never heard the song.
Bro, I fucking hate everything about the entertainment industry.
The ghost of Michael Jackson is the entertainment industry propping up Kendrick Lamar. No one listens to Kendrick Lamar. 0 people.
It's no longer the ghost of Michael Jackson. It's Sir Lucian Grange being like, Drake can't beat MJ because then we have to pay him more money. That's what it is. The fact that Nokia isn't number 1, it could be number 1 right now. Fuck when it first dropped. It should be number 1 right now. Luther was never a good song.
Can you hum it? Do you know what it is? I legit don't think I've ever listened to it.
No. The Luther song has some good parts to it because of SZA. SZA makes the song good.
SZA's good.
Kendrick doesn't make that song. I was just out front of our house last night. I'm not joking with you. I heard Drake from 7 different cars while smoking outside. I've never heard a fucking Kendrick, someone banging Kendrick. I'll hear Drake. I'll hear Rod Wave. I'll hear 50 Cent. I'll hear Eminem. I'll hear everyone. I will never hear someone banging Kendrick and rapping to Kendrick.
I couldn't agree more. I was actually running on the field yesterday, and I heard 2 people listening to NBA Youngboy. I'm like, is NBA Youngboy just way better than Kendrick Lamar? And I'm like, yes, he is.
100%.
And I don't know why no one that conversation is yet to happen. And then we have people talking about Kendrick Lamar, like, bro, Charleston White, when he was on the FaceTime with Drake at Aiden Ross, he's like, you're so much better than Kendrick. You're so much better.
I mean, even Charleston White, he said, he's like, I ain't never heard anybody bang Kendrick. He's like, I'll hear people in Texas banging Drake all the time. And to your point, NBA Youngboy is head and shoulders better than Kendrick Lamar. Not only is he a better artist, he actually drops and gives his fans music.
That's why he's better.
How many felonies does NBA Youngboy have? Like 1 million, and he still has time to drop shit. Even when he's in jail, he's still dropping music. Kendrick has been free his whole life and will give you 4 projects over 20 years. It's crazy.
I just don't understand why that is. I would love to know the deeper thing with Kendrick where he's like, hey, I only want to drop once every 4 years. Like, he's never come out about that. Like, if he's like, bro, it takes you a year to make a project, and I spend so much time in it. I miss all this family time, or I miss being a human, so I need like 2 years
Fuck
to reset.
that shit.
Like,
He don't care about his family.
I'm just saying, like, if he came out and tried to be a fucking human about it, the problem is there's no personality about it. That's why it's always been confusing when Kendrick drops and his shit goes number one, or people are so hype about it. I'm like, Kendrick is so irrelevant for 3.5 years, and then a month lead into his project drop, he like comes back, and I'm like, you're like, what? Like, what's going on?
When Kendrick was the hottest was when he was dropping like Money Trees and shit, because he was actually dropping music and he was hungry for music. Now it's like, did he really make that much money where he just doesn't want to work anymore, or isn't inspired? I just don't even understand it. It makes no sense. He really hasn't made that much money. I mean, there's no way that Kendrick Lamar is worth more than like $30 million.
Yeah, but say if he had $10 million, if you come from nothing, that's life-changing money.
It just doesn't.
If someone give us $10 million right now, we'd be like, let's take.
I wouldn't be taking a break.
Let's take that vacation.
I wouldn't be taking a break. I'd be like, yeah, let's go take that vacation and let's work on that vacation maybe. Yeah. But I wouldn't be like, yo, let's go $10 million.
Would you PJ the vacation though?
No, I mean, we'd be first class. We're keeping it economical. Yeah. If Gary Vee can fly first class, I'm gonna just fly first class.
It's because you've never been on a PJ. Once you get on a PJ, it's like you feel like it's just a scumbag walking through the airport.
It's not that I haven't been on a PJ that I don't want one. It's the fact that if we were gonna spend $40,000 to $200,000, I bet we could find a better way than a 2-hour trip. Like, I just flew first class from California to Michigan, and I spent $1,000 on it. It's a 5.5-hour flight. I sat first class, got all the works. It was nice. I was very comfortable. But after the flight, I was like, I don't know if the $1,000 was worth it. Like, I straight up told myself that. And I was the one who just went first class, and it was great. I had a great experience. They feed you twice. They fucking give you the works, whatever you need. And I still sat there being like, Comfort Plus at $500 is probably a better option.
Interesting. But let's go back to the Drake and Kendrick, because Joe Budden on his podcast, I saw some clips yesterday on Twitter, him talking about it. One, he fully agrees the beef isn't done, and I completely agree. I think Kendrick Lamar is going to be catching some strays or direct bullets on this project, and I also think what he's going to do on this is going to address a lot of like the sub people. So you got Metro Boomin, you got who else? Rick Ross,
Future,
ASAP Rocky. I think Future's a gray area for Drake.
You think so?
I think Drake is like, fuck, but he's also like, me and Future can patch our shit up at some point.
But how you going to hang with people that were fucking with me? You know what I'm saying? Like, how you going to be friends with people that were fucking with me? What's the Drake line? Do you know what line I'm talking about in the song? He actually says that?
It's, how were you hanging out with pussies that were hating on me or something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
And listen, but what I'm trying to say is Future and Drake can patch up what they've done. Metro Boomin's going to be hard to patch up. Kendrick's going to be hard to patch up. Rick Ross is hard to patch up. ASAP Rocky and Drake have been going at it for years because of Rihanna and probably some other shit that no one else sees. So it's like, I think a lot of that stuff is going to get addressed, but Joe Budden is fully like, people want the end of the beef, and it might only be getting started. We might only be at halftime.
Maybe.
Right now.
Maybe. I mean, it's interesting you say that. I think the only reason why Drake would keep going at Kendrick is knowing that Kendrick doesn't really have anything on Drake. Like, I think that's why the beef continues, because most people think that Drake lost the first half. I would disagree. Kendrick dropping Not Like Us, good song in a sense. Got a good beat.
With 8 writers.
And nothing about it is true. That is where it loses a little bit. If we're in fantasy world, if we're in Narnia, Not Like Us maybe wins. But when there's no facts to it and there's nothing that really can hold water, Drake's actually have aged like fine wine. All of Drake's diss songs have pretty much come true into fruition, especially the ASAP Rocky line where he was like,
you have to have another kid before you think of dropping any shit again.
But he dropped. They then took it off DSPs, didn't even drop the music video for it, and then the next day, fashioned up, him and Rihanna out on the red carpet. It's like you can't even make this up. Like, he knows exactly what's gonna happen.
It's this whole time he knew what was coming. I mean, bro, say whatever you want about Jay-Z. Jay-Z warned Drake 6 years ago of this happening. Eminem warned Drake of this shit happening. So it's like there comes a time when you sit on top for so long, the entertainment industry wants someone there that they have more control over. They don't have control. Yes, Drake is signed to Universal and he has a contract, but he has free reign on what he does. They're like, just get our money back. And that's what he did in a year and a half, 2 years, because that is becoming more known, which is why they're trying to take him down, because he's like, well, you give me $400 million. I gave you back in 2 years. I want $1 billion.
Just off what you're saying, I want to dig into the Chuck Liddell thing, and I know you might have some notes on that if you want to rip it.
The only thing I have on that, and I'll let you go so you can really deep dive it, is well over a year ago, he posted the Iceman truck and business on his plot twist story. That was what I thought was most interesting, where I'm like, Drake's been low-key preparing for this for a year. Like, he knew, he probably saw the tide turn and started making a project. Then I also want to add before you go, because this is, I actually view Joe Budden as probably like the guy to listen to about these things. He's been in the game, he understands it, and obviously like he's probably one of the best music, hip-hop podcaster that actually knows what's going on. And he even said the ability to be able to continue to record and make a project coming out of a beef shows how great Drake is, that he has all this ammo still. He has all this just creativity and momentum still going towards whatever he wants to do, that it's like Drake is going to win the battle, because Kendrick doesn't have any more ammo, doesn't have any more ammo in the chamber, where he's been on tour and he already struggles at making brand new music. So Joe Budden is like, Drake's going to end the beef after Iceman.
Well, Drake can just overwhelm him with more music. Like, all of Kendrick's shit was pre-recorded, so he was planning for him. But I want to get into the Iceman Chuck Liddell theory. So there's a lot of rumors between Drake and Chuck Liddell because of this. So Chuck Liddell lost to a legendary fighter named Randy Couture in 2003. I think they lost like the second round. A year later, Chuck Liddell goes and famously knocks out Randy Couture in 2005. So I guess a little over a year later, knocks out Randy Couture in a 1-round knockout. And I believe that Drake is calling his next album Iceman because he famously, quote unquote, lost to Kendrick. And now he is going to first round knock out Kendrick in this next album.
Did Chuck Liddell get the belt back?
Yeah. Dude, Chuck Liddell is one of the greatest fighters of all time in the UFC. And I think Drake is into the fighting game. He obviously is a big gambler. He was growing up. This would have been like Drake's like prime high school time when this happened. He definitely watched this Randy Couture fight. Now, let me be honest with you. If you go back and watch these fights, they are like legendary old UFC, scrappy, no fucking rules fights. And I think there's a lot of deep cut to this Iceman stuff. And honestly, I didn't connect the dots at first that Chuck Liddell, the Iceman, and Drake being the Iceman, but it makes so much sense. I mean, Chuck Liddell is known as one of the greatest heavyweights of all time.
Where's Chuck Liddell from? Do we know?
Is
he Canadian?
No, he's American.
I
believe he's an American. Yeah. But Chuck Liddell is like the original badass guy. I mean, he did everything. He did UFC, WWE. He's done it all.
I actually know Chuck more so from like acting than UFC, which is funny.
Chuck Liddell was in like Blue Mountain State, and he did like the cock ring things. Like, oh, you're just envisioning this, and
wow, he's from California, but guess when his birthday is? December 17th, 1969. I'm a December 17th baby.
Whoa.
Maybe I'm Iceman.
Yeah.
I'm Iceman. What did I miss?
There's so much to break down from that album, like the project or the drop that he had. I mean, just the way he rolled it out in the 45-minute video, all live streamed, everything. Because if you watch that live, you would most likely be like, what the fuck is going on right now? And because, you
spent 35 minutes watching live and turned it off because I was like, well, first of all, he said 9 p.m. It didn't start till like 9:40, so he was 40 minutes late.
Yeah.
Already. And then it was another fucking.
Well, now I know why it was 40 minutes late, because you look at the production value of this whole thing. This was like a whole set. When you watch the music video, you wouldn't think, oh, he just one-took this whole thing. And then as you go on, because you see the intro, there's like a lot of shit going on. There's no Drake. Then it goes into the Drake music video. Then after the Drake music video, it goes into him live performing the song. Then into him in an ice truck ripping around Toronto with like the drone shots. And I'm going to be honest with you, live TV obviously has like the helicopter shots, the drone shots. There is not one streamer on planet Earth right now that is live streaming with drones and other cuts like that. Not even fucking Kai Cenat or Oshow Speed.
Well, that's what people talked about. They were like, his live stream promo almost just broke the game in a lot of ways, because people have one camera in a live stream.
But Drake has 47. The budget. Drake has the budget for it, and Drake treated that like live TV. He treated that like Fox News or CNN would cover something.
But that is the new album rollout.
Yeah.
That is like Drake just won the game, and now every single person that has the budget and or is pushed by the label or as a legend will be going live and performing probably a song or a couple songs in their project before it drops.
You should be. I mean, I forget who it was. Maybe it was Tory Lanez during COVID, during the
Quarantine radio.
The quarantine radio. But that was kind of like the first start of like, these artists should be performing live. Yeah. Why are you not? Give us something. I hate it. Like, that's my big flaw with rap music right now is these guys don't know how to be they don't know how to be performers. They think they're too cool for school. Everything is the ASAP Rocky. Like, I just want to be a fashion demon, whatever. Like, that shit is not being an artist. Be an artist. That's why pop stars are winning way more than rappers right now because they actually perform. Yeah. They actually care. They actually are dropping fucking music. Everyone wants to be too cool for school. I'm too cool for this. I'm a gangster. No, you're fucking not, one. And two, drop music. Perform. Give people and give your audience something.
I also think what scares people is one, when you go live and do something like Drake did, you can't lie about the numbers. Everybody sees the numbers, and I think everybody's a little nervous that it's like they're not going to have thousands of people watch. You know, I don't know what Drake's live stream peaked at. I imagine it was probably fucking 5,000-10,000 people. But like, you know, Kendrick or ASAP Rocky, they go live to do an album rollout. They might only have a couple hundred people in that thing. That's humbling.
I would love to see Kendrick in a live to see how he actually is. I'm very interested to see how like Kendrick Lamar is outside of playing his character of Kendrick Lamar. Because like Drake, you can tell when Drake goes on these lives, not only is he on lives like Aiden Ross, but he's always like FaceTiming the boys while they're on live. And you can just tell like Drake is a fun guy to be around. Yeah. You just get that vibe where most people are like, you know what? I would love to hang with Drake. Like Drake just seems like a good dude.
It's why Drake's been #1 for so long, is that he does have the best personality. He can do an interview. He can do a live stream. He can just be a fucking human. It's been my biggest thing about Tory Lanez, where I'm like, Tory Lanez could have been, if Drake, you know, disappeared, Tory Lanez could have been the guy because of the personality, because of the way he makes music and he's willing to try things, because of how he rolls out, makes a ton of music videos. He has the personality to be on live stream. Like, no one outside of Drake right now, and obviously Tory Lanez, but he's in jail, so if he ever gets out, no one else has like a big personality that also is hitting from the music front like Drake.
I mean, that's interesting. You kind of get one or the other. You kind of get guys that have a really good personality or they're good artists.
But that's how you stay on top for fucking 2 decades, is you do both.
Because, I mean, like Lil Dicky, for example, maybe not the best artist, great personality, rolled into acting, now is making way more money than he ever made in music, but he still had some like global, like Lil Dicky still had global songs, like global bangers that had billions of views on fucking YouTube. There's not many artists that have billion-view videos on YouTube. I don't care who you are.
If you made it this far, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Till next week, we'll see you. Peace.
About to get all this dough. Me and no fuck niggas know. I swear to God we the ghosts. This ain't the story they told. Man, if you know, then you know. I never had to tell my dogs that we on road for greatness. They paper getters, they want money more than they want fake shit. I swear we go so hard, we on A-list. I see my niggas prevailing. We going hard for the hand. We gonna stack till we jaded. I just told my niggas that we on a mission. Yeah. It's gonna be hard to get it.